Hey guys, Francisco here from My Finance Pro. We are a mortgage brokering company, finance consulting company, as well as the Brokerage Connection, which is a buyer's advocacy company. And on top of that, I have about 20 years of experience in corporate world, property experience. So I'm trying to put all my expertise and interpret these tax reforms with regards to a case study. I'm working with a customer, first home buyer, around 150K income, single, a brave investor, which I'll tell the details in a minute, and use that to show you how these tax reforms are impacting buyers and the market dynamics. Now, the story behind established properties is quite different now. It used to be the case if you buy the right property, right place, you will have the organic growth, and then on top of that, you had the negative gearing. Plus, if you go through a subdivision, you can force a further growth to generate a higher return on investment or growth, which is now under the new regime, new uh, reforms have been eliminated. Now, what's the other issue is the borrowing capacity. So if this 150K person goes and buy an established property, the purchase price is sitting around 550K versus if he goes and buy an investment property, a house and land package, new build, the purchase price is sitting at around 750K. Now, I just want to highlight few things here that this is not personal tax advice. This is generic in nature. You're always encouraged to seek your independent professional advice. Now, in relation to these reforms, we have this new thing called tax alpha benefit, meaning house and land packages, new build, has this extra 2% growth factor due to the negative gearing effect. So you have the organic growth on top of that negative gearing effect and give you a higher return compared to your established properties, uh, which has purely organic growth. Now, I have done a bit of an analysis state level. So if you look at Victoria, essentially across the whole country, we believe there'll be a bit of a market softening where established properties will go through a little bit of a downward pressure in terms of price versus new build, the organic growth going to be a little higher. And on top of that, you have about 2% negative gearing tax benefit. Therefore, with a total growth effect of about 7%. Now, what are the key drivers here? Essentially, the established properties in Victoria plus the state land tax, the money grabbing strategy with state government, there'll be a price drop or softening aspect. Would the market crash? I don't think so. Victoria has quite a good demand factor, really good infrastructure. I don't think there'll be a market crash, but there'll be a little bit of a softening aspect. Now, all what we are trying to say is based on some simulations, based on our AI tools that we've used, the established properties growth in 5-year outlook perspective 3.5 versus 7% plus in terms of house and land packages. 10-year growth, again, is always going to be 2 to 3% higher growth with regards to new build. If you look at New South Wales, similar trend. Established houses going to have only organic growth. Now, let me clarify this further. Someone who has 150K income with not that much of a saving, he can't actually get a buy an established property and force the growth through what you call a subdivision or D approval. Now, if you can do that, then still there's some further growth you can generate. But this case study is purely a first home buyer, but rent investor. And then we are talking about specific aspects of growth that he can achieve. Now, if you go to South Australia, the same thing. Essentially, organic growth going to go through a bit of a softening aspect. Organic growth for a new build is going to be around 2% high. And on top of that, you have that other 2% of negative gearing effect. Therefore, you got a massive gap between new build versus uh, established properties. I hope this is value adding to your journey. And let us know if you want to have a bit of an expert in your journey. And you can contact us from these phone numbers, email addresses we have provided. And all the best. Thank you very much.